the HD computer.
Premium account. Okay. Um, remove Twitter. So remove Twitter. All right.
Take that, take that,
You
take
like
that.
been live.
Oh, we're hold on. We're
You
live. We're
I didn't
live,
do it.
Mr.
You
Nice
did
Guy.
it.
We're live. Okay.
And you
All right.
have
Well,
been live.
before here we go. Okay, let's go. Oh shit.
Real professional.
All right. Hey, Mr. Nice Guy, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All
This
right.
is what I'm relegated to right now. So we doing it.
Jeez.
We ready to go. We greetings and salutations. Welcome to the Focus Up family.
I just
This
wanted
is
to
the
say real quick.
yeah.
I asked Mr. Nice Guy not to talk so much on the show, and the God I don't believe in said, "Let me do you one better." So he just shut down his computer, so he had to resort to go to his phone.
That
All right.
maybe
Like you breaking up, Nice Guy. You breaking up. You breaking up. All right. What's up? Since you breaking up, I'm gonna do the intro. How you doing, Mr. Walt?
What's happening? What's good? What's
yeah,
good?
Chilling,
just
chilling.
let's just go on.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
hopefully you'll get situated because it was bad breaking up. Man, what's going on? Why you dressed like that, bro?
I'm trying to get to my puffy, shiny suits. This is as shiny as it got with got the light on. You know what I'm saying? I'm in my puffy zone right now. Take that, take that.
Let's
Take
get it
that,
started
take
real
that,
quick
take
before
that.
I holler. There you go.
Wipe me down. Just left New York City, hooked up with Pete Diddy, finna blow, paying 50, you gon' have wipe me down. We the best, I'm a
Yeah, okay. What's going on, Mr. El Poo? How you doing this morning, brother?
Man, I'm blessed and happy to be here back with the shenanigans again, which I was on last week. I missed it.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. It was a good show last week. We had
Yes,
Brother
sir.
Camille up on there and Brother Charles. Everybody was on there doing it. It was a panel of 6 men on the show. Real quick, our condolences to our brother, our sister, First Lady. She experienced a death in the family, so she won't be on the show today. But this week we'll hold it down for us. We got Brother Charles X clocking in. My brother's been getting prepared for grandson's birthday party. I'm watching now. Okay, G sons. All right, all right, all right. Let's get the show going. I think Nice Guy is trying to work it out and get his stuff going. Let's just jump right into it. Let's start it off with the New York mayor Eric Adams is indicted. Has anybody been keeping up on that? No, First Lady. She normally does the news, so we don't got the article, but we can speak on it. What y'all know about it? Who want to speak on it first?
Far as I know, he was accepting gifts, like a lot of kickbacks. A lot of politicians get from people, and they was keeping receipts on his ass now, and he in trouble. That's pretty much the gist of it. But it's like over $1 million worth of stuff, though. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's something that of the majority of politicians do. And I know he did it because if I was a mayor, I would do it too. See, you got to think like a nigga.
All right, well, they say he was they charging him with bribery and wire fraud, and there's one more out there, I think. But they were saying that he was accepting gifts from the Turkish government while pressuring the fire department to approve of a building or something that they was building in New York. He was pressuring them to let it go through without doing the full inspection or inspection warrant or something like that.
Mhm.
So that's one of the charges. Go ahead, El Poo.
It was a Manhattan skyscraper to open without a fire inspection.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. And so that's what they got him. And I was laughing because when I was reading it, And one of the articles said that it's funny because it usually take mayors like 2-3 terms before criminal charges. He only been the mayor for the last 3 years since 2022.
Wow.
They say he moving quick. But man, and then anybody else speak on some more? Y'all ready to move forward?
And the bottom line is you innocent till
These
proven
are my
guilty.
stuff.
This is just the indicted. This is just the indicted aspect of it. We'll see how it plays out. I mean, I know that my father was telling me that he was complaining a lot about immigrant funding, and he said it's just a matter of fact. It was just a matter of time before they came after him. So there's a lot going on there. So, but we'll see how it plays out.
Our brother Charles X. Eric Adams catching heat for criticizing Biden's immigration policy, but he is crooked for sure. Okay. We try to ride that innocent till proven guilty, but it's out there.
Well,
You
know what? My father clarified. You're presumed innocent. You're guilty the second you do something, whether you did it or if you do something, you're guilty. But you're presumed innocent until proven guilty. So that's what it is.
Well, you know what they say about presumed. You make a me and a pre-not. Go ahead, El Pooh, what you gonna say?
All I can say is, this man's trying to cover his ass. That's all it is. He was doing some illegal stuff, and he needed some type of backup to say he was criticizing the Biden administration for the immigration thing. That's his only backup. I mean, hey, you did what you did. You got caught. And the Biden administration, they just trying to seem like they're unbiased by, going after Trump and the Republicans. And now they're going after some Democrats just to try to show that they have a balance. That's my opinion.
But they're not the ones that are controlling that. I mean,
that's what they all say. That's what they all say.
That same DOJ is going after his son. So you think that he's sending them after his son?
No.
Yeah, I'm just saying that you hire someone to do
they just trying to show that they have a balance.
You hire somebody to do a job, they do their job. They go after, as long as you get out of the way, they go after who they go after. I mean, you can
That's
speculate
bullshit.
and say,
that's bullshit, nice guy. That's sorry, brother. The powers that be can control who go after who. They ain't just sitting back like, oh, hey, we think this is some real stuff. If somebody say stop, they'll stop. If the right person say stop, come on, bro. This is America. They don't play fair here. What you thought you was at?
This ain't a king. He's a president. The president really don't have all the powers you think. We always talking about how he's a puppet or how he's too old, whatever. For some reason, this guy's either super incompetent or super competent and maniacal and all this other stuff. I mean, you got to pick a side. The bottom line is that there's many jobs to be done. He can't be sitting there hand walking this person.
Joe Biden
over this
not doing nothing. Joe Biden not even conscious of what's going on.
So then it's not him. Then it's not him.
Hey, Donald Trump said we don't even know if he's still alive.
Right.
He's been doing interviews.
They have powers that be. If they want to push the button on that ass, they'll come get you. You know what I'm saying? It's a bigger power.
Nice guy.
So then it ain't the president.
Nice guy. Let me ask you this.
The president.
Do you think that the government plays fear? You said it's fear. Do you think that the government that we're under plays fear?
I don't think people play fair. So I'm sure that there's people in power that don't play fair. There's no question. That's just how it is on every level.
So there's some credibility to what Mr. Watkins said.
No, that's
completely different.
It's a completely different thing. Is talking about what the president does. You talk about the president's DOJ. Whoever's hired that person, to do his job or something like that. He's the person he's an attorney. You're elected to this process. You're put in this position. You can direct somebody one way or the other, but if you don't have like legal grounds to establish whatever, I mean, it's just gonna flounder. They got reputations to protect. These are careers for a lot of these people, and their careers that only last like a short period of time. So,
Well, hey, before you go, Walt. Not surprisingly, we got someone else who agrees with El Pooh and Mr. Walt. Walt and El Pooh right. Biden is not shot calling. His administration / handlers are the movers. So
and also, let me say one more thing. I think Biden is on some of those Puffy tapes too, so that's why Puffy is going down. Anyway, I'm just saying. I'm just making up.
For the record, that proves my point that it's not Biden that's controlling the DOJ. Like I said, they went after his son.
But have you ever followed that $1 million or $2 million that Trump got from the Egyptian government
20
for his
million.
election?
20 million.
Okay, and somebody came and picked it up, and then the DOJ said stop everything. The what you call those, the inspectors or the lawyers who was trying to build the case. The what's that dude name?
Prosecutor.
The head man that was in charge under Trump. No, I can't remember. He a folding. I can't remember his name, but
Black
he
guy out
told.
in New York, in the southern district of New York. You talking about?
I know there's a Jack Smith guy. I don't know who you guys are
I'm talking about the top cop. They call him the top of the top. The United States a state attorney, United States Bill Barr. That's his
Bill
name.
Barr worked for Trump.
Yes, yeah, he the one that stopped it.
Yeah,
He said
exactly.
he ceased the whole investigation. So I mean, to me, I know that there is corruption at the top all the way down, and I don't trust none of them. Mayor Eric Adams is not privy to proclaim innocence. He is presumed. I agree with that. Presumed innocent until proven guilty, but I ain't gonna say he's innocent 100%.
And
Yeah,
you
but
talked
one thing
about
for sure.
Bill Barr.
Wait, can I say one thing? But Trump has been convicted. So,
That's true.
But when you bring up Bill Barr, it's a great point because you're right. They stopped it. It's the same thing, just like they stopped the
no,
prosecution.
he stopped it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. Stopping one thing is one thing.
he stopped it on behalf of Trump.
It's easy to
On
stop
behalf
something.
of
Yeah,
Trump.
exactly. It's easy to.
So
stop
he's saying that
something.
he's corrupt. So Trump
I'm not
knows he can
arguing.
do that. He can pull these strings.
I'm
Trump said he will use these means to pull these type of strings.
I
I'm not saying
understand that.
anybody else admits to it, but Trump admits that he will.
Yeah, well, he'll admit that he'll try to, but again, you still got to get other people to buy into that. We're gonna sit there and talk about this. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I just want to say, bring your mic closer because you sounded a little low.
Here we go. How about that?
That's a little better. Now you got an arguing voice because you sounded like you were way in the back and we was overpowering you.
But
trying to make it fair here.
So shut you down.
No, what I was saying is that it's stopping something is easy. It's just sort of like you have a department who can telling someone to not do something. That's a simple thing. Telling them to do something and they have to actually fabricate grounds and all this other stuff. That's a whole nother issue.
They do it all the time. They do it every day. Police do it. District attorneys do it. They sit there, they lie, they dummy up shit. Hey, you better do this like this. Kamala Harris did it. Bill Clinton did it when he was a lawyer. Everyone does it. What are you saying that like everyone is just on their job doing their job? No. Some people they crooked as hell.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that people understand. Look, when you get into criminal stuff, when you're the person that's exposed, usually there's only so much that you're going to do. I'm not saying that the people don't go off the path and do whatever. Of course, there's criminals and killers and murderers and rapers. There's all people that deviate from what you should be doing. I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about, when you having someone put their career on the line for something, there tends to be a lot of pushback. So I'm just saying it's not just easier to puppeteer these type of situations. And when you're talking about, Kamala's been doing all this other stuff, a lot of that stuff is, basically your internet stuff that doesn't really hold up. Because again, these people got careers. They will pick and choose to do. Just like Bill Barr. As a great example that you brought up. He stopped it because the bottom line is there was other things that he was sitting there going, you know what, Trump, you're just going a little bit too far. I'm not going to side on this thing. So that was one thing that he did for Trump. There are other things that he did against him. And that's why ultimately he ended up, on Trump's shit list. So,
can you tell me what he did against Trump? What did he do against Trump?
When Trump was talking about the election fraud, he says, nah, there wasn't no election fraud. He said, that's BS. He really pushed back on him. That's the reason why Trump hates that dude, because he's like, no, in fact, he pulled the family people aside going, this is nonsense. You guys need to get it together and blah, blah, blah. So,
was this
about
before or after January 21st, 2020?
Let's move on from this stuff, bro. There's too much stuff going on to talk about. Enough of
Hey, but real quick, they asked Mark Robinson what he thought about all this stuff, and
some folks need killing. It's time for somebody to say it.
I just wanted to play that.
Wow, I didn't even see it.
You didn't see it?
Yeah, it went mute. So I guess where I'm at is I'm being missing those little things. But go ahead.
Oh man. Okay. Let's move on. Let's move on to our young Dolph brother. Young Dolph was murdered a few years ago in the what you call them, the suspects. Oh wait, we got somebody that's supporting Nice Guy. They said preach Nice Guy. Kashari K, shout out to Shakari K. Welcome to the show.
Hey,
All right,
block Kashari K. Block her.
so
Hey, walk, kill.
all right, so the young Dolph murder trial. The dude, one of the shooters, not the primary shooter, but the secondary shooter, guilty. Was found guilty of murder and sentenced to life. He was sentenced to life in jail. And the reason he was sentenced, and it was such an easy, quick case, because the main shooter became the snitch. The main shooter told on everybody, trying to get that deal. And you know they say, whoever talks first gets the best deal. And that's what he did. You want to speak on it, Mr. Walk?
Okay, look, yo, you know me. I live by the street code. I live my life by the street code, for real, straight up. You know what I mean? Been there, done that. But here's the thing. I gotta say, with this dude that told on everybody, he did the smart thing for him. I'm not saying I would have did, but what he did, because he didn't get paid, it was a paid hit. They said $100K. He ain't getting nothing but $800. Now he know he about to do he probably gonna get 20 years for this, for being honest and just giving up the whole game, who was involved in what way. So he probably gonna lessen his time with this, because he to him, he didn't care nothing about young Dolph. It was just like, okay, they said $100K, we gonna kill this dude. We split $100K for 50,000, and he's feeling like a real idiot.
100,000.
So he told on everybody.
You said
Well,
100,000.
100,000 each. 100,000 each. That's what they were offered.
No.
No,
That's
the
article.
I'm the street dude.
No, listen. It was 100,000 for each artist. It was like either Young Dolph or any artist on PRE. You get 100,000 for killing one of them, and that's how I read it, or that's what from what I understand. But some other facts in the case was that, and just to get like to the griminess of these dudes, like he was giving out turkeys. This was in the month of November. He was giving out turkeys, and they knew his schedule because he put it out there. He giving out turkeys all week to families in need that needed turkeys, and that's how they was like, okay, catch him out there. And they was just driving. They got strapped up and got in their car. This is how the dude explained it. They got in the car. They was driving, look for him, and they went to a stoplight. He crosses, goes past him. He just right in front of him. So they went up there and they followed him to the cookie store, and then they got out and shot him. But this another point that I really want to address. If you watch the XXXTentacion video when he was murdered, his uncle jumped out of the car and ran. I'm not judging him. You don't know what you're gonna do in those situations. But his uncle, XXXTentacion's uncle, jumped out the car and ran, and them dudes killed XXXTentacion. But young Dolph, he was in that cookie store with his brother. When them dudes started shooting, his brother was shooting back. He hit both of them. He just didn't kill him. He had a small firearm, and he was not scared. That dude, when they ran to their car, he ran out to young Dolph car. I didn't know this. I just found this out watching the trial. He ran out to young Dolph car to get a bigger gun, and he was still shooting at them dudes. So much respect to that brother. I think his name is Marcus something, but much respect to that brother for being a soldier and showing that that's what you're supposed to do when you're riding with the prize package. Yes, sir. That was very respectful. I was like, salute, brother.
All right.
Go ahead, El Pooh.
Yeah, I get that props too, because I want some brothers around me that's going to be shooting back, not running. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to do the same for you. That's what I'll do. So, I just need soldiers around me. That's all I got to say.
What you got to say, Mr. Nice Guy?
I'm like Church. I do my dirt all by my lonely.
Exactly.
Don't nobody need to die for me. I mean, I'm gonna be strapped up. I'm gonna do what I need to do. If you don't have a weapon, if you don't have the means, whatever, just go ahead and survive. You know what I'm saying? There's no point in both of us dying. I depend on me.
And I agree with what you're saying right there. Listen, when you do a crime, do it by yourself because you don't snitch on yourself. You just confess.
Ooh, just like that. And let me point out some positive things that our brother Young Dolph was doing. When Dolph was here, every year he bought his children a house for their birthday. He owned over 100 houses. He owned all his music rights. And then, I mean, this is to all you rap artists and people out there doing business in general, man. You got to build something for your children and try to leave something for them. That brother owned over 100 houses, and he bought his child a house every year for their birthday. And so his family is straight. And the family, another thing I want to point out is that the family agreed with what the brother, the dude that killed Dolph got. The judicial system in Memphis got my respect because the way they went about this process was respectable to me. I've been following it, paying attention, and I think they did it proper. They asked the family, do they want to accept this dude's plea bargain? I don't know what he getting. I think Jaywalk said like 20 years or something, but 20 years is better than life. And so he got a good deal. And then another thing I want to point out, it's not over. There's more killers to be caught. They're going to have the trial of the next dude, and you know that if you didn't know, Young Juke or Big Juke, who is what's
Gotti,
the big
Yo Gotti's
name?
brother.
Yo Gotti's brother is implicated as a killer, but he can't stand trial because he was murdered back in January, and you know, and that's another thing. I mean, I'm harping on it, but listen, people was riding for Dolph. It was murdered. The crime rate went up because Dolph, and it was aimed at the targets. It was aimed at the targets, the ones, the suspect, CMG. When it first came out, this is Yo Gotti's record label. It was called Cocaine Music Group. That was CMG. But 50 Cent had a conversation with Gotti, and he changed it to Collective Music Group. But this is not, it's too many points. I don't want to keep talking all day. Y'all got something to say?
I want to see if it lead back to Gotti. It
It's
gotta
going to.
lead back to Gotti. It
Okay.
gotta lead back to Yo Gotti and Black Youngsters somehow. Ain't no way in the world you just in Hollywood popping your collar, brother. Don't I know you sweating. You might have to take the advice we've been telling Puff. Run! Go to Valley. Try at the Valley with Russell Simmons.
Russell Simmons. Okay. You got something you want to say? Something nice guy on it?
Hey, make your money. You know what I'm saying? Stay out of these feuds. You know, you can do all these positive things, but it's so easy to take it all away with just a bullet. So, you know, it's just don't be going back and forth with these people. You know, people come after you after fashion. You got to do what you got to do, but don't put kindle to that fire. You know what I'm saying? Just stay out of that stuff. Just do your business, live your life, love your family, love your peoples, and just do you.
Hey, Big Cuz is doing a test. He said test. So I assume he's test before he start running his mouth.
I got one question.
Test
You
these.
Go
I
ahead,
heard you said he had bought his kids a house every year.
Yes.
Damn. How many kids he got? Because he got over 100 houses.
If I'm not mistaken, I know he had 2 kids and he wasn't married to the mother, but he had 2 kids by the one woman, and that was his woman. So I mean, if I'm not mistaken, he only had 2 children. Because I know his upbringing. Listen, I know. See, I got too much to say, man, and I'm trying to not hog the screen. We can't yet. I got to finish what I want to say. I want to talk about Will back on Big Jug. Okay, he offered 100,000, right? And then one of the killers, the dude that only got $800, right? When he had a lawyer. The first lawyer got paid $50,000, a check written by CMG. They paid for his lawyer, so they was like, "You got your money. We paid $50,000 for that lawyer." So the lawyer got the money.
I'd have called on his ass too. No,
That sound like a Keefe D and Von Zip situation.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm glad you brought that point up, Walker. That was very interesting for me to hear you guys' take on the fact that, you know, you talk about snitching and stuff like this, but he was offered up this certain amount of money, only got $800. Who you staying loyal to?
Ooh.
right.
And that's the same. And that's another thing that it happened. The same thing happened in the XX Tentacion case. It was like what they got like they stole like 50,000, and then the first it was like 50,000. There was like 10, 20, 30, and then they gave the dude that snitched. They only gave him 5,000. They're like, you didn't do
500.
nothing.
500. Yeah.
Okay, they gave him a small amount, and that made him easy for him to snitch. It's because they didn't give him no money. He was the weak one of the crew, basically,
I'll
and
tell
they
you
they
like
pretty
this.
much punked him.
There is no honor in these streets.
Yep.
Hey, pay your peoples well. Give them
No honor
motivated to stay on
amongst
your
thieves.
side.
All right, let's move on. Jay will be ready to move on. Let's move forward. But if y'all want, I got more to say. All y'all gotta do is go in the chat, be like, "Hey, speak on it some more, brother Floyd X," and I'll gladly come back to it. Let's move on. Where we
Enough
going
of
to next?
Dolph. Rest in peace. Yeah.
Rest in peace to Mr. Dolph. What y'all want to talk about?
So we talk about
We can talk-
Marcellus Williams.
Let's do
Let's
it.
talk about
Marcellus Williams.
We talk about justice, and we dealing with the justice and 1, 2, 3. So let's do it like that. So yeah,
Go ahead.
well, I mean, this brother was accused of killing a female. I guess she was maybe in the shower or something like that, and accused of going in there basically to burglarize the house, and allegedly ran into her and stabbed her like 45 times and left a knife in her throat. His girlfriend, or the person that was his girlfriend at the time, said, she seen him and he had on like a jacket or something, but there was like blood on his shirt. He had like the purse of the homegirl, her laptop or some stuff like that. She said that, he confessed. There was some other person that said that, he in the jail that said he bragged about it, that he did it. This is all speculation because they're saying that, this is what these people are testifying to. But there was all the DNA evidence was corrupted by the by the prosecutors. They're the ones that they touched on all this stuff. So it's like all the evidence was tainted. And then even the victims' families was just like, you know what, look, we don't want him to be executed. If he wants to enter that plea and to get life in due time, and if he gets to be able to beat it on the merits, that's whatever. But I mean, there was a lot of people involved saying, look, let's not execute this dude. Let's at least enter this plea and give him time to see what's what. And Supreme Court was like, nah, I don't see anything that shows that you're innocent. And the fact that people are saying what they're saying now, they don't have the standing, so they executed him. That was tragic.
Yes,
Well, you said evidence was tainted. Sounds like some people didn't do their job that they were supposed to do, that they was trained to do, that the citizens of the United States expected them to do. That's all I got to say about it. But see, here we go again. Let's go. Let's move on.
You want to talk about it? It's the people are incompetent, of course, and that's what they did. They handled it. They touched on stuff. They didn't process it properly. We understand that people mess up all the time. You go get food.
Hey, put your mic closer, nice guys. Put your mic closer.
Yeah, we want to hear your double talk clearly, bro.
I'm saying,
we need to hear it clearly. Let me make my drink.
You go to Starbucks or whatever, and they don't make your drink right. You know what I'm saying? People don't cook your food right. I mean, people are always incompetent in doing stuff. Some people don't show up for shows because they've been out drinking at the bar all night. I'm just saying, so people don't do the shit that they're supposed to do. It happens, but it doesn't mean that they're being puppeteered and controlled by, Simon Legreed. I'm just saying that it ain't necessarily a conspiracy.
That's double talk right there, bro.
It's not double talk. It just shows you that people are incompetent.
Hold on. All right, let's slow it down. Let's slow it down. Come on, let's slow it down. Let's get back to what we're talking about. Marcellus Williams. His Muslim name was Khalifa Ibn Rayford, and he was executed. And what we know is that the family of the victim wanted him to continue to live. The prosecutor who the DA, it wasn't the one who prosecuted him, but it was the current DA. Said he looked at the evidence and he think he should live. And everybody was saying, even the jurors was out there saying, yeah, we made a mistake. Real quick, let me put Mr. Nice. Because strangers don't stab someone 45 times. This was someone she knew. Okay, let me touch on that because when I did my research and I found out it was a reporter, I say what somebody needs to do, whoever's interested, investigate what she was writing about, because that sounds like a personal thing. Just like he said that, Ain't nobody gonna stab nobody 45 times. You ain't got no protection. You just gonna stab them just enough to kill them. I'm no murderer, but I watch enough Forensic Files. I watch enough. What's the other one? Snap. I watch enough of them to know that the personal one, when it's excessive killing, that's personal. But a murderer, a breaking and rob your house, they just want to subdue you. If they just stab you and you fall to the ground, they'll stop stabbing you. I'm just saying I'm veering off. My bad. Let me stop talking. Next up, who want to speak on it?
What Judge Joe Brown he said about stabbings, which he's been a prosecutor. I mean, a prosecutor and judge, and he was a what they call it when you somebody attorney. Like I don't know. Anyway, yeah, he was defense attorney as well. He said that might show that he did do it because he stabbed her so many times. Because when you stab a person, it might not even seem like they might not even drop like you think. If you stab them like 10 times and you like, damn, this dude is not dying, and you're just gonna keep going because you want to end life. So he was like a professional killer would know, like if I stab them in the right places, they will die. So he was saying more or less like the number of times that she got stabbed shows that he was an unprofessional killer and that he was just trying to end her life. So that doesn't mean that it was more personal or not personal just because he stabbed her like 65 times, allegedly, or well, he was convicted of it and he got the ultimate price paid for it. But you know what I'm saying? I don't know exactly with this brother what he did, but I know it was in 1998. It's been a while, and
Go ahead, nice guy. Go ahead, nice guy.
Yeah, my wife watches a lot of these crime shows and stuff like that. And you'd be surprised how many instances of people being stabbed a whole bunch of times. And it's not necessarily about a personal thing. Person can be on drugs. You know, they just get trapped. They're just caught up in the stabbing process, and you end up being some ridiculous number of stabbings. But you know, Walk really hit on the main point that I wanted to make of. In the movies, you know, you get shot once, you die. You get stabbed, you just fall over and stuff like that. That's not how it works out in real life. In real life, you know, I was watching one of these documentaries where these two kids decided to kill their whole family, and they ended up stabbing like their mother like about 50 times. And he said the reason why he did that is because she wouldn't die. She kept making noises, and he just was like, you know, just trying to make it stop. So it was just.
Are you talking about those twins?
No, it wasn't. It was twins. It was two white boys, but they weren't twins. They weren't the same age, but they killed their entire family except for the baby. You know what I'm saying? And they did it because their family was completely like isolated from everybody else. They let them. They didn't like even like homeschooling and all this other stuff. So they kept them in the shell, and it was giving them all this religious doctrine and stuff like that. But they allowed them to go on the internet, and these kids got fascinated by stuff, and they just thought like, hey, we're gonna make a name for ourselves being like, you know, super family killers or something like that. And then, you know, yeah, it was terrible.
Hey, let's go to Big Cuz. Big Cuz says Joe Brown is a joke. Thieves try to avoid contact. Now, let me say this since he brought it up. Like, I think at some point we are going to have a conversation about Joe Brown, because I be looking and I don't want to say it proudly, but I'm starting to lose respect for him. When he be speaking on stuff, I be like, man, get out of here, dude. And he sound like a crazy old coot, respectfully.
Literally crazy old coot.
Yeah, I be trying, man. I be
Give him
trying
a horn for that, El Poo.
I be trying, man, but I just be like, Joe Brown, come on, man. Just let me look at you with the respect I had when you had your show, man. But I don't know. I'm gonna leave
Shame
that
on
alone.
y'all. This dude been doing this over 50 years. 50 years. His credibility is unmatched. He's seen, witness eye to eye, Joe Biden talking about he don't want no monkeys in the skull. He heard him. He was like, he felt so offended watching this dude. They was both like in their 20s, early 20s. You know that Joe Brown been around, bro. He remind me of my dad talking that shit, but he on point though. Come on now. Here's the Joe Brown.
He is up in age, though. I mean, come on now. You know, you kind of lose it a little bit when you get over 102. I mean, come on now.
Was it 102? God damn. Put some respect on his name.
Hey, the man grew up in LA. He said he went to John Muir Junior High School when it was first built. It was built in 1906 or some shit like that.
Yeah, now he's the crotchety old dude, and that's why, you know, he literally got like, you know, temporarily disbarred or something like that because he just has this outburst. He just can't control it. You know, the reality is when you get a certain age, you know, you're just not the person that you used to be. I mean, it happens a lot of times. It may happen to us at the end of our lives. You know, it's sad, it's tragic. It doesn't take away the legacy of the good things, the great things that you did, but it doesn't give you a pass for the terrible things you do now.
Our brother Charles X says, I love Judge Joe Brown. Okay. Much respect.
Thank you, Charles X.
I don't want to attack him. I'm just giving my honest opinion.
Let's move on, man.
All right. But one more point. Marcellus Williams, you know, his last words. I showed that picture. His last words were, "All praise be to Allah in every situation." He was a imam in the jail, and his last meal was chicken wings and tater tots. I love chicken wings and I love tater tots. And I know why they tell you these things, because they want to humanize them, because you have to understand and remember that there's a human who's being killed here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the crime, if people say they don't convict it, and the one more point I wanted to make was that since executions have been in America, they have found over 200 people who were sentenced to death and were killed. They have found that they were innocent after they would die. That's why I am 100 absolutely % against the death penalty. 100% I'm against it in certain cases.
I agree with that.
I'm against it. I'm against it as an institution, as far as, you know, as the government doing it, as you know, police doing it. That's not okay. I obviously believe that, you know, some crimes are worthy of it. That's one of the few things that I agree with that buffoon. You know what I'm saying? Some people need killing, but you know, not by the government, not by whatever. If the families, to me, when I look at this situation, if the family is pulling
some
away,
folks need killing. It's time for somebody to say it.
I gotta play it. You told me the alley hoop last night. You always told me the alley hoop.
If the family is pulling away, if the prosecutors are saying it's a messy type of situation, it reminds me of Jesus and the whole sort of like casting stones, saying that there's no one here that's accusing you, so I don't accuse you. You know, move on. It's the same type of situation. Again, it wasn't necessarily saying that he was innocent, but definitely it was saying that, you know, he shouldn't have been put down. And I agree. I think that if you're productive in life, you should allow to continue to be productive.
I got one more.
I'm gonna quote one of my ninjas from New Orleans. You know, because I'm born in New Orleans, but been out there a lot. He said, sometimes you just gotta bust a nigga head, bro. Sometimes you gotta do it. You gotta do it. Yeah, that's just the truth, though. Sometimes.
Yeah, but we here at the Focus Up Show don't condone violence unless it's necessary.
I quoted somebody else, and I put in the chat Joe Brown why he got disbarred. See, but I don't want to go into it. But yeah, I put in the chat.
We'll speak on him in the future. He'll be a topic because he speaks.
Bring my nigga Charles. Brother Charles X. Please come on for that show.
All right. Let's go to a commercial break here. Let's do some commercials. All right. Where we at? All right, La Brea Trucking, east to west, west to east, north to south. I want to say, when y'all see that video, if y'all look at that one of the map with all them little red dots, those are all the places that the brother been to and go to make deliveries. He's delivering all across America. Pretty soon, that whole map gonna be all red. The brother delivers cross country. Y'all saw the phone number at the end. If you got anything that you want to get shipped, I know like the ballers, they go out there and buy a new Lolo. You buy a Lolo from California. You live in Miami. You're like, man, I want to get that Lolo. Call up Face. He'll go to LA. He'll love to come to LA and pick it up and bring it to Miami for you, for a fee, of course, but he'll pick it up and bring it for you. He delivered military trucks to the military. He went to like Tennessee. He put a big ass Humvee with artillery on it or something like that and delivered it to I think it was Fort Knox. I'm just assuming, just a guess, but he delivered that. So you know what I'm saying? If y'all got any kind of delivery, and if you pro-black and you want a black-owned business, 100% owned by him, by himself, and he has truckers. I think he got like 2 or 3 trucks out there. He got truckers. I'm going hard today. I'm going hard for
I know.
today.
Wait, yeah, brother came out here. He had one helicopter propeller. He made like $1 million off of that or something. I think not, but he do government contracts. The brother LeBred Trucking. You gave up his hood name, but
I heard it.
There's one more thing I want to add to that. I heard he's going to Asia, Africa, Tokyo, Mexico. He goes to all the places that people told him not to go.
He's going to expand his business. He's going to expand and be international. That's right. He's going to be the first black FedEx. He's going to be the first black FedEx, and we're going to be the ones to help him get there. Mr. LeBrea Trucking, if you're watching, my bad.
Next commercial.
If you're watching, next commercial. Next commercial.
I'm assuming that was gobealive.org. Go get you some of that black honey.
You can see it?
I don't see any commercial. I don't see any every time you click on something.
You're on your phone.
All I see is no sound. I'm on my iPad. So
all right.
Go get you some of that. Go get you some of that black honey.
Well, I'm glad you're familiar with the program because you're absolutely right. So this is Go Be Alive. She's in the stores. You see that honey on the shelf right there. I got a joke. You see the honey? I'm not talking about the honey next to the shelf. I'm talking about the honey on the shelf. It's just a joke. That was a good one, though. Okay. All right. But if you want to go pick it up, you go to Petty Vice, located in Venice, California, or you go to Afro City at the Crenshaw Mall. I know everybody who visit LA want to go to Crenshaw. Stop at the Crenshaw Mall. There is a mall on Crenshaw. Stop over there and be like, I came to get me some black honey. Tell them that you came for some black honey. They'll point you in the right direction.
We assure you it is a mall, even though it looked like a swap meet. Just to let you know.
And I advise park on the top level under the sun so your ass don't get robbed underneath in the parking lot area with the cover. That's what.
Even though the police station is still down there, I think. Is it still a substation down there? Like I said, it's a swap meet, so just go to the top.
It's a mall. I ain't been there for long. I always park in the outside. That's what's up.
That's what I'm saying. Because you know.
All right. Let's go to the next one.
Turn up the dial, it's 10:30. Be back. Spin that back show, all the classics on track. From 79 to 99, we're crossing the gap. Album reviews, little known facts, hip hop intact. Saturday mornings, dive into the history. Samples and stories, old school mysteries. From early South static, Shiraz of CBD. Nola Batapine. Turn it up, let the vinyl spin. 10:30 sharp, where the stories begin. From the golden era, treasures within. Spin that back show every Saturday when we break it down.
Where we at, El Pooh?
Yes, sir. Today we're going to be talking about King T, the original Compton gangster on wax, and the liquidation crew.
Man, much respect to King T, man. That's going to be an exciting show. If you want to know about King T, I was reading up on him, and if you understood the things that he was involved in, you'll be like, oh, okay. King T been around for a long time with that Act the Fool and the Trifling album, Played Like a Piano. Come on, man. They're gonna go in and I want to give a special salute, shout out to the Spin That Back show, one of the currently the most successful show on the Focus Up network. Mr. El Poo and Nice Guy hold it down every week, and then most times Mr. Walk pop up on there, and our brother Born Allah pops up on the show. Much respect to brother Born Allah. Greatly appreciate your contribution, your wisdom, and the Spin That Back show is a great show. I love watching. I be sitting there. I'm telling you, every time I watch it, I learn something new. Every time I watch it, no BS. But
Hey, Born Allah might appear on this one, and he told us that he was the original member of the Alcoholics.
That's cool, man.
That's crazy.
Cool.
Yeah.
That back. Check us out 10:30 this morning.
That's right. All right. What's the next commercial? Oh, here we go. Let's go there. That was the Rock Mutant Politics, Mr. Nice Guy.
Yeah, that's helpful to say. So yeah, that's what we do. We do in a slot, when Spin That Back doesn't happen, at least once a month, we put that ROC, right of center mutant politics, and we're trying to figure out how we can give you more than just once a month and once every now and again, sort of like Sex Talk with Walk, but we're working on it. But yeah, we had a highly praised episode where we had a quote unquote debate, which wasn't no debate with Brother Youssef. So shout out to Brother Youssef.
Hey, Brother Youssef won.
That's what he said.
Brother Youssef won.
Yeah, I'll take those clicks.
It's Nice Guy on a sinking ship. It's really hard to defend Kamala Harris. That's why I don't even be going in that much about her no more. It's a sinking ship, dude. It's piling on at this point, bro. It's kind of bad. And you've seen the last two interviews, bro. Come on.
We gonna. I was gonna say we're gonna have to cover those interviews she's been doing. I heard they was bad. I didn't even watch them. I just heard they was bad. I'm gonna watch it for myself.
The people watching it through those glasses, people will see what they want to see. People there's confirmation bias and stuff like that. So I mean, it kind of is what it is.
But let me say this: we got Brother Charles. He says Mutant Unites. Now it's called Rock Mutant Politics. The Rock is a acronym
for right of center. Because I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a liberal. Neither is Charles X. He's not a Republican. He's not a whatever. We're conservatives. We lean toward the slightly right of center. That's where we're at. So
Yeah, and if you want your political fix, if you want to argue about politics, that's the show to watch. I'm trying to convince them to do more shows because I know there's a hunger out there for Black people, particularly, that want to talk politics as it pertains to them. We don't want to talk the white folk stuff. We want to, how does it affect me as a Black person in America? That's what they address. You got Mr. Brother Charles X and Mr. Nice Guy. Mr. Nice Guy, he's willing to debate anybody, go head to head in what he believes. But let's move on to the next topic. That's enough.
Well, the next topic is basically what we just pretty much talked about. We're gonna talk about the whole Janet Jackson, Kamala Harris situation.
Okay. Let me fix that right quick. I'm trying to move past just calling her Kamala. We got to call her Harris because all of the presidents we call them by their last name, and we don't want to switch it up just because she's a lady. So we're gonna say Janet Jackson's issues with Kamala Harris, vice president candidate. What's going on, Mr. Nice Guy? Talk about it.
Well, Janet Jackson was doing an interview, and someone asked her for whatever reason something about Kamala Harris, and Janet said, I basically, she said that I heard that she's not black. I was told that that's not the case. And when she kind of pushed out, when the interviewer pushed a little bit, she just said, well, I was told that, it's been determined that the father was white. But she says, but I don't know. I haven't really followed the news. So again, that was a very important piece of the puzzle. She's just saying that this is what I was told. And I'm saying that, when you're in the position that Janet is saying, those are the type of things, they talk about either staying away from politics or whatever. You definitely don't want to speak something just based on what you're told, something that you didn't do, like really kind of some research to find out about. So, after that happened, somebody that she was working with sort of like created a fake apology for her, trying to get ahead of it, trying to make this a non-story, and they fired her. They're like, nah, you don't speak for, she speaks for herself. You don't speak, that's not your role. And she ain't really necessarily, she ain't really came out, talking about like how she's a supporter of this or that or whatever. She ain't really knocking anybody's policy. And all she attested to was this one bit of information that was relayed to her. That's the situation.
All right. Before I get to everybody else, let me go to the comments real quick. We got Big Cuz said, Janet said what she heard and people ran with it. I don't think it was a slight at Kamala Harris. I mean, you could say that, but Janet Jackson is a big name because, and she was in The Guardian. I don't know. I heard the name of The Guardian or whatever that is, but that's a big newspaper if I'm not mistaken. And you're going to say some stuff like that, it's going to go around the world at least 2 times. And then real quick.
You know what I heard before?
Hold on.
Nice.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Well, nice guy said that she shouldn't go by what she heard or what she think or stuff like that. That's what we all doing because we don't personally know. You know what I heard? I heard Puff Daddy throw some freaky ass parties. Haven't y'all heard that too? Now, is it true or is it not? See, what is it leaning more toward? It's leaning more toward that is true, right? Kamala ain't black. She heard that and she right when she heard it. When she heard it through her ears, she was right. And that's why she said that during that interview. She ain't black. And guess what? It's a lot of people that's saying the same thing.
Walk, you make a good point. You say it's a lot of people saying the same thing. They asked Biden, guess what he said?
And you ain't black.
Hey, not my words.
Right. And wait, one more thing. How dare the minions of Kamala think that we gonna cancel Miss Jackson for her? Janet Jackson been doing a lot of great things for black people through the years. Michael Jackson been a supporter of the black community for years. He took the publishing from Sony Records and gave it to a lot of the art. He just gave it to her. Yeah, because he knew that was getting work.
Particularly Little Richard, particularly. He bought the publishing and gave it to
who the hell Kamala minions? Because Kamala ain't gonna say nothing on nothing. She ain't gonna speak on nothing. All she gonna say, you ask her about this, she gonna say, well, my family was a middle class family and we had a nice lawn. That's all she gonna say. So how y'all better step off talking about Janet Jackson like that. Watch out.
All right.
I got a question.
Hold on. Let me do the real quick. Brother Charles X said, how is Vice President Harris listed on her birth certificate? I think that's very important. If we see her birth certificate and she says she's white.
First of all, she don't say nothing on her birth certificate. Someone put it on there. So whatever it is, as a baby, you don't have no say about what it is. So again, and I repeat the whole point. If a cat has kittens in the oven, that don't make them biscuits. You are what you are based on your lineage. So the function is, if he's black, that shit, well, if it might be a burnt biscuit. If he's black, she's black.
All right,
so
go ahead.
The question is he black?
What you gonna say?
My question is, Walk, how did you get your hands on some baby oil? And at the store I go to, they all out.
Puff bought over 1 million gallons of that shit.
And this one too, Puff would have loved this massage oil.
Again, there's you're repeating what someone just tells you without doing the research. You missed a very key and piece of the important puzzle. I mean, the bottom line is all of this whole speak and and stuff talking like that, people are complaining about. They're not necessarily have to be minions of Kamala. They're just saying that, look, this is all noise. It doesn't matter if she's Indian, doesn't matter if she's white, whatever. A lot of people are voting for her policy. It's an insult to make it a black thing. That's why she doesn't even encourage it. Like when Donald Trump is saying, oh, I black, whatever, she just kind of laughs it off and moves on because she's like, I don't want that to be the argument. I don't want that to be the story. And I'm just saying it's offensive to make it the story. And if someone says that they're black, I'm just going to pretty much accept they're black and move on from that. Let's talk about what we need to talk about. So they're making this a story. Not
nice guy. Hold on. Nice guy. Slow down. Rachel Dolezal said she was black. Well,
we thought she was black till we found out different.
Come on. So we need to do our due diligence because she was the head. Wasn't she like on the high post in the NAACP?
She was NAACP type of situation. Again,
man.
It didn't come out.
Seattle,
It did not come out like that. It was a big dispute. Once they went to her family and stuff like that, then it was like clear. It's like, I mean, she got outed for that type of stuff. But you're talking
about explain it. Why are you explaining everything?
Janet Jackson is not wrong in what she said.
What's your position, brother?
You just don't throw out gossip. You just don't throw out gossip. That you're explaining everything. That's literally what we're doing on the show.
Because says, what difference does it make?
Exactly. That's like the real point.
Ethnicity talk is a distraction.
That's all it is. That's all it is.
This conversation is hold on. This conversation is about people trying to cancel Janet Jackson over what she said about Kamala. This ain't no about whether she's black or not. That's what I'm saying. How dare you minions try to cancel Janet Jackson over Kamala? That's what this conversation about. So
this
whether she's black or white or Indian, I don't care either.
Walt got a point. He got a point.
Listen, look, I'm a
He got a point.
Let me say. You gonna let me say what I say? Go ahead.
No.
Play what you want to play.
First, let me play the horn. That was a good point, Walt. Go ahead.
This wasn't an issue about canceling her. This was an issue of saying that, hey, don't go speaking on something you don't have the information about. Just don't go, you too big of a person. Your voice is too loud to just throw out like rumors without doing no type of responsibility behind it. So it wasn't an issue about canceling.
Janet Jackson says who? Who says my voice is too big? I can speak what I want to speak. You talking to listen. You're talking to me. I'm gonna say what I want to say. I heard she ain't black.
You know what?
Now what?
And that's what I'm saying. And that's why she's dealing with the fallout that she's dealing with. Because again, your voice,
she's dealing good. That dude about to come out and say, "Oh, she said sorry." You know what Janet says? Fire that motherfucker. She said, well, she got into Trump mode and said, "You're fired."
The fact that the brothers Johnsons got so butthurt about this and defensive of her, to me, it actually does matter. So I'm saying it hurts your feelings.
Now, why you say the brothers Johnson is butthurt?
I'm just saying
I'm not butthurt about it.
I'm just saying that you're offended that that these people are sort of like besmirching Janet.
I believe in freedom of speech. And she got the freedom to say what she wants.
Keep reaching, nice guy. Keep reaching.
She wasn't black. No, wait. Let me make this point. Let me make this point. She said, I don't think she was black, right? She just spoke it, and everybody want to come out attacking her. The dogs came out. That dog, what's the one that looked like a bird?
Do they got a freedom of speech too?
Huh?
Does he got a freedom of speech too?
The D.L. Hewley, who used to feel some type of way, but he's bought and sold and paid for. Anytime they come out and they jump on anybody who goes against Kamala because they want Kamala to win. So they jump out like some dogs. I got 3 dogs in this house. I know how dogs act, and I know dog activity. Jaywalk, how many dogs you got?
4.
Okay, we know how many dogs you got, Mr. Nice Guy.
3.
We know how dogs act. So when we see some dog activity, we could call them like, oh, that's some dog shit right there. Somebody come to the door. That's some dog activity.
That's all they did. All they did was saying that it was a reckless thing to do. Again, you can't say
it ain't reckless.
That's right.
You're defending her. You're defending her, saying that she's got a right to say this. Well, they got a right to say what they got to say. How is it only insulating Janet Jackson and not insulating D.L. Hewley?
No, because they have the audacity to try to cancel her over this. They trying to turn people against Janet Jackson. We've been rocking with Janet Jackson since Penny.
They're saying they shouldn't come out and say this.
Come on, hold on. Let's go to Brother Charles X.
People agree with her.
nice. If a man says he is a woman, he is a woman, does that make it so? Ooh. If a person lies about small things, best believe they will on even more significant issues. This topic is a fair game. Man, that's a good ass point.
Oh,
Good ass
Porn.
point.
How is it?
I'm gonna let you answer. I'm gonna let you answer. But let me go to Big Cuz real quick. Kamala is not going to win. You heard it here first. Okay, go ahead, nice guy. What you got to say to Brother Charles X?
Block Big Cuz.
Again, if someone says that they're you can say whatever you want, that doesn't necessarily make it true. Again, none of this is about what she says or what she contends. This is purely a function of every argument that I've made is if her father is black, she's black. It's not a function of what's on her birth certificate. It's not a function of what she thought. So you just gonna
He ain't
jump
black.
Stand.
He say he ain't black.
That's
go
what
ahead,
you
go
heard
ahead.
that he said he
My
ain't
bad.
black. You heard that from Judge Joe
My
Brown. You ain't heard that out of his mouth. So I'm just saying the bottom line is again, and even if again I'm black, but if I tell you I'm white, that don't make me white. I'm just telling you, it's the exact same thing that Brother Charles X was talking about. I can assert something, but the truth behind what it is is not colored or influenced by what I say. So again, she's a person. Go ahead.
I'm gonna say, listen, I believe that she's black. I do. I say she's black. I think it's a non-issue, but I think everybody got a right to address it and question it. I look at him like, she black. I see old pictures of her with the big old bamboo earrings. Oh, that's a nigga for sure.
Oh, what about the picture with her grandmother who died 4 years before she was even born? Y'all heard about that story?
According to a Google search. According to a Google search. That's the dumbest
Google
thing
search.
Listen, if you talk about Candace Owen, please don't bring Candace Owen name.
Hold on.
That's what he's talking about. It's a Google search. You're gonna tell someone about their own.
Go say some more Google search. Go ahead.
It is a Google search. That's what she did.
In Kamala's book, she has a picture with the woman who she says is her grandmother, and they stated already that her grandmother died before she was even born. So who was the woman in the damn pictures?
Who said that?
It does say that, homie.
Who says it?
Yeah, she said he said they say it. Who says it? Clarify.
Wikipedia
search. It's Wikipedia.
Wikipedia said it.
Wait. Go ahead. If y'all gonna let me talk.
I'm just asking. Who said? El Pooh said Wikipedia said it.
It's not no Wikipedia search. It's in her through when you travel through her lineage, when you check, because these people are still alive. Her family was a very influential family in society when they lived in Jamaica with the father. All these people are documented for years and centuries, bro. It's all known. So they know about the mother of the father. In my Jamaican accent, she been dead.
But she wasn't.
You do a good ass Jamaican voice, Walk. You do a good ass Jamaican voice. But look,
hey, don't do that in the streets. You might get deported.
Brother Charles X in the streets, what Vice President Harris is doing is called perpetrating. She's perpetrating. I heard it called. I'm gonna extend it a little bit. I heard it perpetrating a fraud. Right? Is she perpetrating a fraud? I don't think so. I say she black. But if y'all got better evidence, show it. If y'all got better evidence that she's not black, show it to me. Because everything I look at, I know she was raised in Canada or whatever, and she came to America. Only somebody who identifies as black would be like, I'm going to an HBCU. I got 3 children. None of them went to an HBCU. But she was like, you know what? I want to go to an HBCU. I want to be around black people. It's very important. If your mindset, no, listen, listen. You say, I want to be around black people. Every city I go to, I'm like,
Mexicans go to HBCUs now.
I think it was Cat Williams or Dave Chappelle. They was like, take me to the hood. I'm a black person. I want to go where the black people at. I see all these white people. That's fine. Okay, how y'all doing? Okay, I see you later. Where's the black people? If Kamala Harris did that, in my mind, she's black.
She also joined a black sorority too, didn't she?
Come on.
Okay, so I'm just saying.
She didn't have to.
It is what it is.
She didn't have to.
It's so offensive to literally try to dispute your actual life experiences. with someone's administration or research. We're just talking about how people make mistakes all the time as just as a secretary, as a clerical, some stuff like that. People with different names or having the same name. It's so easy to disprove the type of stuff that Candace was talking about. Again, like I said, it's insulting to try to combat your life experience, and you literally have photographs to show this stuff. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I agree with that statement, Mr. Nice Guy. I agree with that.
She worked at McDonald's. Yeah. McDonald's, like, you never worked for McDonald's. Come on, she a liar, bro.
Why would McDonald's
say whatever?
Hey,
not?
I didn't hear Ronald McDonald say none of that.
Yes, he did.
Allow me to make the last point.
It's all documented. You know what?
Hey, listen. Allow me to make the last point. Allow me to make the last point, please. Listen. If you are black, or if you perpetrating to be black, don't say no shit about you cook or prepare your greens in the bathtub. That shit is fucking disgusting. No black person I ever knew does that. The worst thing that I know that black people do is eat them nasty ass chitlins. There ain't nobody cooking no food in no bathtub. You know what goes on? The worst of the worst goes to the bathtub. Ain't nobody cooking nothing in no bathtub.
Now, Nice Guy, was that bullshit, Nice Guy? That when she said that she cooked greens, did she make that up, Nice Guy? Do you think she made that up, or she was serious?
Hey, Paul Newman, when he made his famous dressing and stuff like that, he made that stuff in his bathtub. I mean, you gotta understand there's a difference.
A white
but
dude.
My point is that you gotta understand there's a different time, different culture of people.
Hey, look.
Hey, look. Let me make this quick point. Okay, so I had a friend who was Mexican. We went over his house to do. We was playing the kids and stuff like that. Our hands was dirty. I guess we were working with like bicycle grease or something like that. We had to wash our hands. She didn't let us go in the house to wash our hands. She took detergent, poured it on the ground, poured water on the ground, and told us to rub our hands on the ground. And it got our hands clean, but it was like a cultural thing. So I'm just saying that people culturally got all type of weird ways of
ain't
doing
nothing
stuff.
wrong with that.
Exactly.
That ain't nothing compared to putting greens in a tub. You might as well put it in the toilet.
I think nobody.
Washing
that's some shit she heard of. People washing it in the sink, and she said, "When I cooked a lot of greens, I had to use the tub." See, that's something she don't know the culture. She don't know the culture how she
on the cement outside. You don't think that that's nasty?
No. Hey, that cooking greens in the tub, it might be a Jamaican thing. I don't know because we don't do that.
Honestly, you can sterilize anything to make it clean.
Don't disrespect my Jamaican brothers like that.
I said it might be. I don't know. I just don't know anything about it.
Yeah, I'm out here about the Jamaican.
What's the Jamaican
saying? Eating chitlins is way worse than
no cooked green in no damn tub, man. Not even in Jamaica.
Tune in to the Spin That Back show. It's going to be a great show. We talking about King T, a Compton G. Come on, man. Tune in. Spin That Back at 10:30. Go to the YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube page. We need the subscription. Subscribe. If you're not subscribed, go to Focus Up Network. Go to the Focus Up Show on Facebook. Subscribe. If you on Twitch, subscribe. God damn it.